Hey guys, Southeast Softwash. Today is the 15th of December, getting close to the holidays. So, been a lot, this comes in cycles, been a lot of talk online last week about pumps and pumps and pumps. I hate to talk about pumps. Seems like we talk about pumps a whole lot. So you've got electric systems, you've got air diaphragm systems. We've got one of those on the other side of that wall. That's our big bulk bleach tank. We use the air diaphragm pump for that. We like it for that usage. You got gas systems, you got booster systems, you've got I mean, there's probably something I'm forgetting, but this is what we like, electric systems, and we like it for a reason. So you've got here a Northern Tool, a Everflow, a Remco, and a Delavan. Now, obviously these are 12 volt, these are 24 volt. Actually, this one is a 12 volt, but electric systems nonetheless. So we'll talk kind of from here moving forward. How many of these have we bought and used?
I wouldn't even know where to get.
It's got to be in the thousands.
Thousands of them.
So the way we used to do it Southeast, we were small time, right? And we bought these on Amazon, and then we eventually got with the distributor that was selling on Amazon. We're buying direct from them. They're somewhere up like in New York State or something, and we were getting them direct from them. And for I guess 2 years, you know, we didn't have any issues with pumps other than just normal wear and tear on pumps. So we expect these to last about 3 months or so. That's what our life expectancy, about 90 days of usage. So in that 90 days, that $120 pump has made you, you know, if you're doing $1,000 a day, you know, 5 days a week, so that's 20 grand a month, which is extremely doable. 20, 40, 60 grand, and you're replacing a $100 pump. So we rocked on like that for years. Last summer, we became actually distributors for Everflow, and we're getting them 200 on a pallet, getting in a pallet about every other month. And what did we start finding?
This quality went down. It was, I mean, constant leaks on them. You'd have leaks from up here. Most of the time it's right here around the seal. And it
Leaks
just,
up here.
it just went downhill.
And this is us picking them off of a pallet, right, that came from the factory, putting them on a skid, and you got a skid behind me, the guys were finishing up, mounting it, and we couldn't even pressure test the system without getting an issue with a leak somewhere. Now, went from that never happening, I don't think that ever happened when we were buying them, you know, on Amazon, to buying them direct. Now, there's no difference in buying them direct or buying them on Amazon, but something happened, and that correlated a lot with the COVID. So my thinking, and I'm guessing, is rushing them through. These come from China, rushing them through. Yep, made in China right there. So it was still a relatively low percentage of the whole pallet of 150. We'd probably get 10, you know, off that pallet, but it was way too much. You go from 0 to 10, and you're talking about a 6% rate of failure in the shop. So our thinking is, well, if they're messing up in the shop, you know, guys are probably having problems a month in instead of 3 months in. And so we made the decision after about 2 pallets of getting frustrated. We had a bin over here full of them. We'd have to throw them in a bin, write the serial number down, get back with Everflow, and they give us a credit. You know, and a little bit of that's like understandable if there's just a one-time problem, but if it's an ongoing thing, number one, we're losing money. Number two, we don't want our guys with equipment out there having issues that they shouldn't be experiencing. So we moved away from Everflow. Now, we still sell these on the website, and you might say, well, why do you sell them if you don't stand behind them? It's not that they're not going to work. I'd say 90% of them are going to be fine, but a lot of guys are cheap, and they're not going to want to spend the extra money to get this Remco. So we're a store, guys. We sell it. It's up to you if you want to buy this one. This is our recommendation. So I guess now, what, 7 or 8 months? Maybe, well, not that far, probably 6 months.
Yeah.
We've been using Remcos here on all of our equipment, and we also sell these on the website. So what's our failure rate been?
I mean, honestly, we hadn't had any. Well, we had one on the skid.
I think we did have one.
That was messed, but I mean, we haven't had any issues with leaks. You have a drip every now and then from your quick connect ports, but I mean, as far as your seals run there, we haven't had that I remember an issue yet, really, with a leak on those.
And come in here real close. I'm going to show you guys our, you know, we're not engineers, but I found a lot of times engineers ain't as bright as they think they are. There's 2 big differences here on the Remco versus the Everflow. Again, for years we used this because it was cheaper and it was just as good. We had perfect success with these, but now if we're going to get problems, we're going to spend the extra money and go to the Remco. Here's why I think, and tell me, Dusty, chime in if I missed something, but Here, you've got engagement on this bolt all the way into this cast housing, and it's on every bolt all the way around. So some of the bolts go into the housing, and then you've got ears on the other one. So it's kind of like every other one. So I think we're getting more thread engagement, pulling this down more uniformly. But the big thing is that right there, I don't know if y'all can see that. That right there is the seal between the pump motor and the head of the pump. This one, it is extremely thin. Ty, holding the camera, how thin is it?
Extremely.
Extremely thin. You can't even feel it here hardly, and this one is about double the thickness. So the combination of those two things is keeping SH from getting past here and into here, which is what kills the pumps. Go on anybody's video that's talking about pump issues, and you're going to see 1,000 comments. You can back it back out of guys saying, well, my overflow lasted a year. You know, then guys will say, well, try a Delavan, we'll try this, we'll try that. What you're not understanding is, and I appreciate all those comments, it is data, but you have a sample size of one dude with one rig. We've got 1,000 rigs out in the field with sample data. So we've got a better data cluster to go off of. So I think these, if they would go back to making them the way they used to, would be fine. They worked forever. I mean, we had on our work truck, we had overflows go 6-8 months. And we had some crap out in 2 months. But the overall picture, it really didn't matter because we were making so much money on these pumps, it was a nothing. So we've also got a Delavan here. These are really good pumps. Delavan is working on a 24 volt option. This is a 12. So really, we tried this, had some problems with this one because it's a bypass and not a demand, so we couldn't use it. But they've got a 24 volt. So we're gonna try their version of the 24 out that we're currently using, and I really like these. There's still some tweaks with this technology. We're also talking to Remco, trying to see if they're going to develop their version of this, which I think would be killer. So this is the new coolness. This style here, 24 volt, is basically two of these put together like that, and they're just made as one unit. I know guys can run these in tandem. We don't want to do all that. We want one completed unit because it does flow more than two of these put together Siamese. It's just better. So don't take my one pump died as like the gospel. That it could just be a one-off, and there's a lot of reasons why pumps die. Overheating, that's a big deal. Not rinsing out is a big deal. Kills them from the inside out. So last night, me and Dusty went to Atlanta and ate with Andres. If you're watching this, you need to get back to work. But we ate dinner with a buddy who's got an Lumax Pro, and he's got a 24 volt and he's got a 12 volt on that Pro. It was actually the skid we took to the huge conventions, or demo skid. So he bought that one off of us, and we were talking about his cost. So I hope he probably doesn't mind me sharing this with you guys, but he's just under $100,000. That's what he said. He picked up in June, so he's had a 6-month window this year, from June to now, right at $100,000. And what did he say his maintenance costs was for 6 months?
His total cost of chemicals and everything, he said it was like 18%, and
Right.
like 1% of that was actual maintenance,
Right.
replacing pumps and stuff like that.
And most of that was pumps. I think he had a few other little, like I may have changed a swivel or something like that. It was something very minor. So when I see guys that they get frustrated about the pumps, I understand that, but it doesn't matter what pump system you've got. If you went to an air diaphragm, super robust pump, it doesn't matter because you're still going to have that money spend on the compressor, on gas, on oil, on the seals inside the pump, right? So guys just they don't think in the bigger picture. You're going to spend 1 or 2% on your rig, on maintenance, any way you slice it. I see guys in the well, I got a gas pump and it never gave me any trouble. That's true. Maybe it hasn't yet, but it's going to one day. You're going to have a failure. It's a mechanical device. You're going to have a problem, and when you do, it's going to be a few $100s to get back up and running. Might be $1,000. Plus, you're not accounting for all the oil changes, gas, all that stuff that goes into keeping that running. So if you look at it the correct way, you look at how much money you made and your total amount in a percent that you spent to keep that rig running. That's the best way to look at it. If you just say, well, these pumps go out and they cost $100, and that's aggravating. It's a matter of perspective. If you're spending 1 to 2% on repairs and maintenance, that's pretty hard to beat. And any booster pump, you're going to spend probably more than that. But you may just like a booster pump, that's fine. You may like a gas rig, that's fine. You may like an air diaphragm, roger that. But understand, the pump itself may last a little longer, but you're incurring other maintenance costs, so it's pretty much a wash. So We like these because they're quiet, they're quick change in the field. I can keep 2 of these on the truck. They take up no space, so I'm never really down in the field. Come around here, let's go do a pump swap real quick. I'll take this one with me. We'll show you guys just how fast it is to do a pump swap. We can do it right here. You're definitely not gonna have this amount of backup and running quickness with any other system. So let's say this pump dies on us in the field. It's 3-4 months old, whatever. All right, let's do a pump swap. Ready? Time me. We'll let Dusty pull a time on it. You guys can check it on YouTube as well.
All right.
Say when.
Go.
Old pump is off. New pump is on. New pump is plugged up. Let's see. Where we at?
26 seconds.
26 seconds. All right, I think I beat my other day. I was at 28 seconds. So, you know, quick change, small. They're less than, how much are these? 150? They're less than 150 bucks, something like that. So you can keep 2 of these on the truck. You change them out. Here's what you don't need to do. You don't need to wait and order this when your pump goes out. You need to have one and you backfill that one. So if you go through 6 of these, 7 of these a year, big whoop. You should be pulling in $150,000, $200,000 off of that, and that's about the only thing you're changing. You know, you got a little bit of maintenance on the pressure washer, a swivel every now and then. Another reason we like these is because the way we build our systems, your pressure washer is charging your battery bank every time you run that. So it's a lot of run time, and this will do pretty much everything you need it to do. We do have the 24 volt now, which some of our systems are getting those. Let's take a look. We'll give them a sneak peek, all right? We've got a 24 volt here on a trailer. This is how we're gonna be mounting those. Little shelf here on the front that we fabbed up the other day. So really sturdy. I know what people are gonna say. What are they gonna say?
What's gonna hit? Rocks, everything gonna be hitting that.
No, it's not. We've built a lot of stuff and put it right here. It's fine. Unless you're going about 80 miles an hour down a gravel road, this is fine. It's not going to damage this at all. So don't even say it. But 24 volt option gives you more or less, I'd say, double the power of that 12 volt. 12 volt can go 2.5, 3 stories. With the 24, we're going a smidge, like a few feet beyond 4 stories. So we're calling it a 4-story system. Very cool, powerful. It's still quiet. You're not making a lot of racket. You can operate a little earlier, a little later. 10 gallons a minute on these at the pump. True one, I think you're about 6.5 gallons a minute or something like that at the one. So we like electric systems, guys. I'm so tired of people going into these just endless debates, and it's just dudes. It doesn't matter. It's Ford versus Chevy. It's this pump versus this pump. It's Jeff, the gun guy. Jeff, it's Remington versus Winchester, right? It don't matter. It's guys have got to fuss and fight about anything. The truth is, all of them work. It really doesn't matter. Pick what you like. Get both of them. Run them. Piss on them. Hope you guys are having a great week. We got a lot of stuff built out over here. Pretty big pickup. Let's take a look right here. We'll show you one other thing. We'll let you guys go. So this kid's got electric reels. That's an option. We don't do many of those. This trailer will be leaving out Friday, and it is a Smart Blend Pro, the first one on a trailer system. We're still waiting on the remote control, so I can't show you it working, but it's right there. So that's how we're going to be doing the Smart Blends, remote activated, very, very neat. So love the way that turned out. This trailer here will be getting a Smart Blend as well, a 24. It's pretty much a decked out, complete, everything you could put. It'll have a 12 volt system, a 24 volt system, a Smart Blend on that 12 volt system, a hot water unit. So this guy's pretty close to done, just waiting on his remotes as well. Those are on the way. So hope you guys are having a great week. We're doing some cool stuff up here. Just wanted to put that video out there. It's something we have to do, I guess, about every 3 months. We have to talk about pumps, and it's just the bane of our existence. So, all right, see you guys later.